We're back again with Pastor Roger Steiner at the Penn-Zion's Cooperative Ministry in western Westmoreland County, Harrison City, Penn Township area. Roger, gets to be a mouthful when you try to include all of the description in the beginning, but maybe that's also a reminder to us that in order to be inclusive, or in order to bring everyone together, keep folks on board, have them on board with where we think we're going or what we're trying to do, it's important to be inclusive that way, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Working with two congregations, again, with two different personalities, sometimes they tend to want to move in different directions, and as a shepherd, bringing the flock together and saying, what is it that we want to accomplish as a parish becomes interesting over time. With two different hymnals and that adjustment that I make on Sunday morning to do two different liturgies, so to speak. And the one congregation wants to hang on to the one, and the other one tries different things in worship. So that really does become a challenge. And particularly following someone who's been there for 37 years, who's established different ways. And again, I think it's just a matter of being available to the people and listening to where they are and loving them, but also planting seeds and encouraging them to move on in different directions, in small ways. For example, mission projects. One of the things that I've tried to uphold in my different ministries over the years is that congregations don't have to do a lot. But if we do something, do the little things and build up on those little things that we do, and if every congregation did that, think of how much we could accomplish. So I think, sometimes congregations say, well, we're not like the big church up the road and accomplishing all that. And I say, we don't have to be that way. And so what we've developed in our ministry there, as in other places, are mission projects. And smaller mission projects that people can be involved in as they are able to or as they want to be involved with those. For example, some of the mission projects that we do, one is recycling the pull tabs off the top of pop cans or beer cans or whatever people have on the weekends or throughout the week. The pull tabs are pure aluminum, and they go to the Ronald McDonald House Charities to support the activities at the Ronald McDonald House in downtown Pittsburgh. Just a simple way. It doesn't cost anything, but it's a simple way for people to participate and help out in somebody's life.
One of those things that naturally passes through your hands every day.
Yeah. And we try to do a lot of that. My wife Gwen spearheads a lot of that, but it's everybody working together. This month we didn't advertise it, but people called in and said, "Are you collecting coats again this year for the Salvation Army?" And yeah, I guess we can, that type of thing. And that's kind of what's neat too, is the more the projects we do and the word gets out. We've gotten phone calls from people in the community saying, "Are you doing this? We want to be a part of it." And I think that's a good way of mission and outreach.
Yeah. I think that's one of the unique dynamics of that kind of work, is that when we reach out, we become connected in new and different ways with people in the community or in the area, and that then becomes a reciprocal kind of an arrangement where that connection is felt by those folks, and as you say, they're connecting, then they're calling and they're willing to be involved in a ministry that's happening.
It's really neat to see the connections that are made. We're involved right now in about 20 to 25 different projects that are kind of ongoing. Again, it's as people feel that they can participate. So many of the women sew hats, or they're called balaclavas, that we've sent to Lutheran Maritime Mission down in Georgia. And it was neat. Just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we got the phone call from the chaplain down there and said, I got the 2 boxes of balaclavas from you folks, and it arrived just in time because we just handed out the last one the day before, and we were wondering where we were going to get all these new hats to come in to, for those who are going out and getting ready for winter to go out on the seas. And just a long message. And it was kind of neat because that night there was a women's meeting, and I brought all the women into my office to hear this message, and they were just like really affirmed in the work that they participated in that way.
That really does make a big difference for people, doesn't it? When they are able to be connected with the ministry, when they hear you really are making a difference. Something that you're doing really is valuable to somebody else, and it may mean a warm head out on the ocean, or it may mean a warm bed if you've got a blanket to pull over you. Those kinds of things, one-on-one, really do make a difference for people.
That making the connections, I think, is very important for them. In the wall in Zion's in our social hall, we have a world map there, and a listing of all the projects that we're involved in, and a string goes from that list to the map. And showing all the different places around the world that we've touched, through Heifer International, support of the Synod calendar of emphasis, just various things that we are involved in. And a couple of ways that we make the connections. First of all, we have once a month now what we call a Helping Hands Night, where volunteers come in and prepare the projects for them to be shipped out. And it's become a time of fellowship. They come in and they just talk about different things in their lives and the current concerns, who's in the hospital and so forth. So it's a way of making a connection there as they're doing their ministry and bringing their gifts forward in that. And then also on Sunday morning, at the end of the month or at the beginning of the month, we take everything that's been collected for that month and we lay it at the altar, and as part of the children's sermon or part of the service, we dedicate that. So it's not only them bringing the offerings forward in the offering plate, but the people can see everything that they've done, and we kind of keep track of that, have the count of everything that they can see. Wow, look how much we've done. Small parish, but look how much we've done.
It really is important for that message to get across. We do have to take another short break.
Okay.
We'll be back for our final segment in just a minute.